Welcome back, Mother Cuppers. Woo! My goodness. We've made it all the way to the end. It's championship week. We got a couple guys that are participating in some of those championships this week. It's not me. It's not me. F you, Paul.
Come on.
Really sorry to use such harsh letters. Anyway, Logan, you're in the Dynasty championship this week. Good for you. Well done. Should have been a Kelchner Bowl. I'm not bitter. Anthony, you are in the DOC championship round. The coveted cup. Knocking at your door. How are we feeling before the match?
Job finished? Job not finished.
Job not finished. All right. Hey.
Manarino Bowl, though.
We do. We have a Manarino Bowl. We thought we were done with those this season. We are not. But how did we get here? I don't really feel like reliving all of it, but how about we touch on the high points of last week? Anthony, you made it back into the 200 club.
Yeah, buddy.
On the back of Green Bay's defense. Just watching that, was it a little like unnerving a bit, like as they started to drive and then threw you another pick?
I mean, at no point did I think the Spencer Rattler, no Alvin Kamara Saints were going to pose too much of a threat to that defense on a Monday night showcase game. So yeah, we cleared it pretty easily. We opened the velvet ropes in a playoff game.
Nice.
And needed it too. It was a really good performance from Paul. 168 in the L. That's tough. My team has put up our two best weeks of the season through the first two rounds of the playoffs. So we are hot. We are peaking. We're ready for the finals. Jaden, what a peach. Justin, getting hot at the right time. After a year of being kind of steady Eddie, he's kind of blowing up through these playoff rounds. Looks great. And Brock got his girl AOC back under center, and that's all it takes to pass a bill over there in Vegas. You love to see it. But yeah, tough L for Paul. 40 points from Jonathan fucking Taylor, but wasn't quite enough.
Right. Oh man. Logan.
You know, it's funny. Anthony seems excited that the job isn't finished. You know, I am painfully aware that the job is not yet finished, and we'll get to it. I've lucked out in a lot of ways with the way this matchup is starting to look, with important players being out for whatever reason.
I feel like we're mixing genres here.
I thought we were just talking about our championship matches.
Oh, sure.
I was with you.
I know what you're doing. I get it. Carry on, my guy. Go ahead, talk about it. Then we'll get back to the recap.
Point being, Paul's won this thing 2 years running. Can't have him winning a third time.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
I hate to be
pressure on your shoulders.
I know.
Yeah, no, that sucked for me, being the one that let everybody down last week. I guess we're doing the recap of that one. Whatever.
Well, I figured we weren't doing recaps because why would we do the championship games before we did the toilet bowls and... Oh, I mean, I'm talking pre-cup.
This is a mess. This just...
This is why we take notes.
This is why we take fucking notes. This is a total fucking mess. Okay.
He's got notes.
I got notes.
Oh my goodness. Cheers, gentlemen. It is championship week. Here we are.
Getting a little punchy.
All right. We're going to get into... Listen. We're going to get into some Dynasty a little bit later. We are going to get into this week's matchups here in just a bit. But we would be remiss to not go over last week's upset of the week, which was Chris taking down Andrew in the most heartbreaking fashion. Andrew was well on his way to a victory, as well as the Packers. So they just didn't need to play their starters in the fourth quarter, and Andrew lost by a heartbreaking .02, if memory serves. Fucking brutal. Like, that was worse than my loss in Dynasty, which is saying something because that was fucking brutal. Felt like since we were still mixing the genres and everything. Anyhow, only other thing of note from last week was the match to get into the toilet bowl, which was Nick taking down the rookie of the year, Eddie. Eddie, welcome to the league, man. You're going up against this fella this week for the beer mile privilege. Whew. Man, good times. Good times. Anyway, do you guys have anything else to add about last week?
No, just that even though Nick's team finally did blow up and go up, he once again started the wrong quarterback. I think he's like 14 out of 15 on the year.
Yeah.
Flipping the coin the wrong way.
Oh, man. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter.
Nope, he's safe.
He's safe. Good to go. Logan, anything to add?
Mr. Regular Season, John Akakis, tough out after a majestic regular season where he was just pulling the strings, orchestrating, masterminding, putting that thing together, riding Lamar hard. I think I said last week that Freiermuth Watson section of his lineup was going to be trouble, and it was. Christian Watson did what Christian Watson does. He got hurt in the middle of the game and left him hanging. He kept both Chiefs running backs on the bench. Kareem Hunt could have saved him if he had played one of them. Tough L. Chris gave up. He legitimately signed off for the season, only to later find out he had won the game. Incredible stuff.
Yeah, you love to see it. God bless the DOC. Logan, what do you got to add from last week?
I hate that I recalled him as Mr. Regular Season on last week's PreCup, because it didn't mean I wasn't rooting for him. That's a straight pull from his own Slack account. By the way, go ahead and look up his profile, Mr. Regular Season. But anyhow, tough, man. Holy, that's brutal. And now we got another guy going after 3 championships. This will be his 3rd. Yeah. So all the more reason to root for Anthony. But good on you, Ant. 200 club. Wow. In such a fashion. And again, rough on Paul. He had a fantastic week. So mad respect to all 4 who participated, and good luck to
Chris going for that 3rd championship, but hasn't won a championship since 2018.
It's been a long time. He's due.
Been a while.
Been a minute. Been a minute. All right.
Still knew how to use the settings back then.
All right, let's get into this week in the DOC. Lizard, take it away.
Drinking out of cups, being a bitch.
All right, gentlemen, what y'all tuned in for? Our breakdown of these matchups. So we're going to give it our all the same way we gave the preparation and beginning of the show, everything we had. We're going to start with the winner's consolation ladder. And first matchup in this one is Andrew and Greg. Dude, where's Lamar? Nope, it's Paul. Up against Rock Out with your Brock Out. Yes! We are on fire, baby. Yeah, this one doesn't matter. So we'll move on to the next one, which is going to be Derek and Greg.
That one kind of does matter. It's the 3rd place game.
Yeah, this one
mattered a little bit.
This one matters a little bit more. Or matters a little bit more. So Chasing Cups is up against Bang Bang Scissor Gang. Chasing Cups out to the early lead. Looks like Bang Bang Scissor Gang has checked out for the season. Congratulations, Derek. You probably got this one in the bag. Who knows? Who knows? All right. Moving on. In the toilet bowl, the consolation bracket, we have Nate and Nick. Nick escaped the beer mile. He's got to go up against the on fire Yo Soy Fiesta. Guys, do you have anything you want to say about this matchup?
No, those are just two guys that should bench all their players, and they can just drink 4 beers recreationally and not have to worry about running while they do it.
That's right. Logan?
I agree. I'll give it to Nate.
Yeah. All right. Here we are. Okay. Well, Logan, you're on a bye. I'm on a bye. We don't have to worry about nothing. Chill.
How about these? How about Andrew and Paul? How about these guys? How's about Dude Where's Lamar and Rock Out with the Blackout competing for 3rd place?
I thought the other one was 3rd place. Isn't that what you said?
No, you said a lot of things. But
Man, this is a good show.
yeah, because they both were in the semis and they lost, and so now they're playing for 3rd place.
No, it makes total sense.
Correct.
Not shakes.
Yeah, carry on.
Oh.
Tell me more about this one.
Well, Lamar's picking up where he left Andrew off, 33 points. Josh Jacobs has been on fire. James Cook has been on fire. Mike Evans shooting for records. Puka Nacua taking the entirety of the targets. Just ask Cooper Cup to hold his dick. Zach Ertz is playing. And Amir is sneaky at flex. Really popular start this week with what's going on over there in Vegas. So I think Andrew's primed to put up a big score, and he put out some passive aggressive. It's such a pain in the ass, and I'm projected to score the most points in this league, kind of. And he's right. He's
yeah, wouldn't you?
yeah, he's right. Nah, I'd be upset. Yeah. But yeah, that's gonna be hard to overcome. Haven't really looked hard at Paul's side. What do you see?
Paul has already missed good games from Andrews and Worthy.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams is pretty banged up. I don't think he's practiced this week. London got off the injury report this week or today. Decent showing from DJ Moore. He refuses to give up on Hunter Henry, who got gifted a red zone touchdown on the 19th straight red zone goal line play that New England got to try in that game because of the refs just kept throwing flags. So it did pay off eventually. I think he got like 5 red zone targets in one possession, scored a touchdown. But yeah, Andrew's team, it looks better than it ever has right now. I feel like I think Zach Ertz. I think they're gonna maybe feed him a little bit after you see that he got into a little shit talking with Sirianni at the end of that game last week, telling him he was like irrelevant or something. So maybe they let Zach eat a little bit. I think Andrew takes 3rd place here. He deserves it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It was a great season. Unfortunate ending. But kudos to Chris. And we'll get to that matchup in just a moment. First, we got to talk about this toilet bowl. It's the one to end all toilet bowls. The winner, or I guess the loser of this toilet bowl, gets this trophy.
Ooh.
The Yo Dog Your Team Sucks trophy. There it is. Been on my desk for a minute.
One tiny cat turd inside it when you get it in the mail too.
Oh my god, I could probably pull it off. It might have some like litter around it, but that may be like a crunchy one. Anyway, this one involves Eddie and Seth. Seth, my man, been chilling. Look, wide mouth, just ready to take it all. That's Seth right now. He's going up against Eddie, the Rookie of the Year, as Anthony so kindly named him. Eddie's had some guys play already, man. Keenan Allen, disappointing 7.5. Zay Flowers, disappointing 5.1.
Oh.
Okay.
Keep it rolling.
I tell you, man, this show is, I mean, top freaking notch. You know what? I'm going to keep going. Seattle did freaking work. 20 points. Keeping Eddie in this thing. Did he have, was that a waiver pickup? Eddie was like, I ain't running this beer mile.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him.
But you know, Seth has been talking about this beer mile since like week 6. Like he's even all trade talk was whatever I gotta do, I'm not running this beer.
Yeah, no, it didn't work out. Right. It didn't work out. In fact, Jackson, Smith, and Jigba got him a measly 6.2, and that's been one of his superstars.
Yeah, that's tough.
That was the only guy keeping him relevant, sort of. Like I haven't.
I wouldn't say all that. I think Seth, even with the Seahawks blowing up and JSN doing nothing. And Lad looks good.
Yeah.
Lad looks good.
Rico probably gonna have a tough matchup.
That is tough.
Yeah.
I'm big on Chick. I tell you that. Chick the past 2 weeks.
That's
10
good
targets, 11 targets. Easy matchup at Jacksonville. Better quarterback behind center. And it's not like a total switch at quarterback. Like he's suddenly going to see a different, there's going to be a different hierarchy of routes or whatever. I think Chig has a good game. And Sam has been playing great. That game makes me nervous, but Darnold's playing for a contract, man.
Sure.
So that's how I see Seth potentially getting by.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be on Rico.
Probably not Rico.
Philly's got to be pissed off about the whooping, just whooping they got last week. Wasn't a whooping. It wasn't. But hey, it wasn't a loss. They lost, and they're probably pissed. And they're going to do it without Jalen Hurts. So, I don't know. They're probably just going. Yes. Defense is going to be on fire. I think Dallas is going to run into a buzzsaw.
No, I mean, they don't bury the lead. Seth has dad strength now, so that's going to carry him over Ed. Congratulations,
Ooh.
Susie.
Yeah.
Pink lights back there. That's for you, in your honor. Yeah, I love that Dolphins defense against a Cleveland team that I think is going to start Dorian Robinson again, which is disgusting. No Njoku. Chubb's gone. They stink. Should be a good day for Dolphins defense. And Eddie's team I just do not like, and it's already off to quite a bad start. So Ed, Rookie of the Year, and you could be a beer mile record holder, maybe. I don't think he will beat Paul's time, but he's tall, he's got long legs. He could do it.
It's your best shot. This year's your best shot. You're not getting younger.
No.
Yeah.
Gets harder and harder after.
I will attest to that, actually. Yeah. And you're right. Totally did bury the lead. To you, Seth. Congrats, my guy.
Cheers, brother.
Josh Allen might help Eddie out, but he's going to need a lot of help. You right about that. All right. What do you think? Main event?
That's right.
Ding, ding, ding.
Let's do it.
I've got notes.
You're doing better than I am. I can tell you who's in this matchup, and that's Chris and Anthony. It's Neighbors Think I'm Selling Dope taking on Jetta Whippin' in this year's DOC Championship Manarino Bowl. Wow. Oh, I have, like I said, no notes. Looking at this real quick. Whew. Ant, I gotta tell you, I like your quarterback situation a lot better than Chris. But who the hell knows what Matt Stafford's gonna do against Arizona? That's a wild card. He could throw up 30. He could that could be a 4-touchdown game for Stafford. Jaden might have a little weather. Don't really know what's gonna happen there. Logan, what do you think the rest of those lineups are going to produce. Who's taking this one home?
I think there's more question marks than you even mentioned on both sides. Close projections, exciting teams, great teams. Of course they are. They're in the ship. Um, but Malik Neighbors with the big Q, that toe, he is expected to play, and I don't know if he should play, but if he does play, you know, to what level, will he be hindered? He has had 14 targets the last 2 weeks, so that's helpful. And then Brian Thomas and George Kittle, not awesome, weird matchups. Like I don't think the matchups are as bad as ESPN is suggesting, but they are meaningless games for for the teams involved, like Jacksonville, San Fran. Like how in are they going to be? Do they get pulled early? There's a lot of variables to consider. Matt Stafford the last 2 weeks, uh, pretty deplorable. Week 15 at San Fran, 8.2 points, 160 yards. Week 16 at the Jets, he managed to do worse. He only scored 8 with 110 yards. And this is another weird game. Of course, Arizona means nothing to Arizona. Uh, so you think he bounces back, but the last couple of games, I mean, you can't love it.
Saturday at 8 o'clock too.
It's all these games
Prime
have been.
time. He usually does
Yeah,
well
he should,
under the lights, man.
He shows up, but at least it's going to be in a dome. I like Bijan despite the potential weather, and I think Addison is okay. I think he'll be fine. And Anthony, you got question marks too, dude.
Mhm.
You may laugh about it, but Fairbairn going for 0.
Don't love it.
It's a big deal.
It's not
That might
awesome.
be a big deal.
It's not ideal. Remind me, you voted yay or nay on kickers, Anthony.
I'm a yay. I'm a yay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Still
know,
feel that way?
Just saying.
he averaged 11 a game all season. What are you gonna do? He didn't get on the field. It's not his fault.
Well, I'm not super stoked about the other side of your special teams. I don't, this Buccaneers Carolina game is really, I don't know. Bryce has looked adequate recently.
He's getting a lot of smoke blown up his ass for having a pulse, I'll say.
Of course, I leave the Bucks. They're playing for something. I think you'll be fine. I'm just saying. Just saying. It's a question mark. And then get this: the Washington versus Atlanta game, the New York Jets at Buffalo game, supposedly super wet, very rainy, and your 5 best players are playing in those games.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes the rain for fast, mobile, agile, sometimes it's good, but a lot of times it's bad. So you hope that it's good for him. You do have Brock, who's like going after records
And
shit.
playing in a dome.
Playing in a dome. We like Jalen McMillan. However, the last time he played Carolina, he was really bad. I think he had 2 catches for 4.5 points. So, all that to say, I think your question marks are a little bit smaller, and you got so much talent. I gotta lean Jetta, despite Fairbairn, really maybe screwing me.
Dude. I have not listened to the last 20 seconds because my kid is losing her mind upstairs.
I just now heard it.
Heard a little banging.
That's a real thing. So, hold please.
Those are
Are we
some.
live? Those are some big. We don't usually hear the noise up back in the background, but I heard those ones.
All right, guys. Well, that was unusual. Anyway, where were we? You guys talked about the matchup, or at least
I talked
Logan, you
about it.
did.
You're about to.
All right. I don't even know what I've already said. I know I said I love Jaden Daniels. I do. That guy's awesome. This is gonna come down to Monday night. Monday night, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Mm.
That's fun. That sucks. If you're Chris, that is.
He's
that
got
is-
Kittle going though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll take Amon-Ra and Jameer over Kittle. Maybe he has a big enough lead going into that to where like that can matter, but I don't know, man. Looking at like Malik Neighbors is a huge Q against Indy. Like, what are you even playing for? If you win the game, you're giving up. For, like I'm shelving Malik Neighbors. I think he even called himself a game time decision. So I don't know. Jordan Addison probably okay. Justin Jefferson on the other side probably better. I don't know. It's coming down to Monday night, and Chris, I gotta say, you probably have to have a 20 couple, maybe 30 point lead going into that to feel confident with just George Kittle on the other side. So, Anthony, I think you're gonna win the matchup just because I don't much care for some of Chris's, and I like Brees Hall in a rainy game. He should probably be okay. I don't know. We'll see. I'm giving it to you, Ant. Bring it home. Number two. I haven't done this since the Buffalo Soldiers 1.0. Good on you, Anthony. How do you think it's going to go down?
Yeah, there's pictures of soldiers dancing in my head. I'll start with Chris's team first and foremost. His receiving core, young, but they just get so many targets across all three of them. Especially of late, Addison has kind of joined that Thomas and Neighbors level of targets. He's going 8, 9, 12, 6, 9 the last few games. Thomas is an obscene 13, 14, 12, 10. And then Malik rounding out the bunch at a 14, 14, 10, 11, 13, or 14, 14, 10, 13. So like they're all the focal points of an offense. Addison least of all, but it's just you don't get through the game without them making an impact. The Charbonnet just getting 10 in place of Kenneth Walker last night was big. I think that kind of leveled the playing field a little bit with Fairbairn not needing to dress for that Christmas game against Baltimore. That's a hard zero to swallow. Yeah, if Stafford does what he has done recently, that'll be great. I don't think he's gonna. I think they might light up an Arizona team that's kind of done with the year. They got guys going in injured reserve left and right. I think that's maybe a little bit get ready for the playoffs, flex our muscles a little bit game for the Rams. So I am worried about that. Bijan against Washington. I hope that Washington D-line can slow him down. That's going to be huge. And then I really like the Eagles defense going up against Dallas with no CeeDee Lamb. So Chris has got weapons. He keeps finding a little bit more under the couch cushions to crack up and stick in his pipe here throughout the season. I wish he would have started CJ Stroud, that's for sure. But on my side, I think the lineup's strong. I think this is the week I traded for Brees Hall for. Buffalo has been bad against the run all year. Devontae banged up. Brees kind of getting more and more healthy recently. Could be kind of his oh yeah, Brees Hall still good game to end the season. Both receivers in pretty big games. The only thing I was worried about with that Monday night, and Dan Campbell came out and said hey, we're playing the starters. Don't worry about it. That's nice to hear. But if the Vikings win or lose, this game doesn't mean anything to the Lions. Because whether it just comes down to whether they win next week. If they lose next week, they lose it anyway. So that's kind of sketch, but I don't think Dan Campbell's resting anybody. Bowers against the Saints. Get in the end zone, my friend, a couple times. Come on. That would be great. Great little boost. He's been awesome. He's looking to break the all-time rookie yards record. I think he already broke the catches record. So yeah, he's a monster. Yeah, we both got weapons up and down the lineup. Jetta been really hot of late. Hope he keeps it going. In a big game against Green Bay. I got myself, man. Join this group of people that have 2 titles. Get my name on the cup again and keep Chris from being the first one to get it 3 times. Let's go. Jetta whipping all the way to a championship.
All right. Yeah, man. I think you got it. All right. That was it. We didn't talk about much, so I'm not going to throw the credits up there. But let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back with some dynasty stuff. All right, gentlemen, dynasty time. We're down to the final two. Yeah, it's Logan, and Paul snuck back into the championship for the fourth. Was he?
He's been in all four. He lost been all the four. First one.
Yeah, good on him. So the fourth time, Paul has made it here, and so far doesn't look like he's having a great week. Hadn't put up a ton of points, and got like all kinds of bad news when CeeDee Lamb kicked rocks. Paul, you shouldn't even be here. It should be me. Should be a couchable. Been trying to be a good sport, but God bless, I'm bitter. Damn it. Anyway, yeah, congrats, Paul. You're here. You're going to lose. Logan, you're going to win this one. Anthony, what do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, Paul is finally having some breaks go against him here 4 years in. Jalen Hurts out with the concussion, so his quarterbacks are Geno and Bo Nix. Geno already put up less than 10. I like Amir Abdullah in a flex spot, but you don't expect to be playing him at this point in the year when you're a dominant team. And you certainly didn't expect to have Tajay Spears in there this week. So tough scenes in that regard. Jamar Chase got Surtain on him all day. So that ain't helping anything. You're already in a freaking 55-point hole. Logan's still got James Cook, Bijan, freaking Tyreek, Jaden Reed, who had his best game against Minnesota of the season the first time they played him. So he probably gets off the schneid. And then Darnold with Richardson gracefully on the bench. So Logan's got a lot of pop left in his lineup. Paul's going to need Taylor and A-Chain to carry this and give him any kind of shot. Logan gets just kind of his projected performances. I think he stops the three-peat, which is ironic because he has Mahomes and Kelsey on his team, and gets his first dynasty title.
Boom.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be so great. You made a lot of excellent points. I agree with all of them, and that Cincy game is going to be super wet, so you don't know how that's going to affect Burrow and Chase and company either. I've got a lot of respect for Paul, though. He went out of his way to put together a deep team, so on the off chance everything hit the fan simultaneously, he wasn't totally boned. Of course, Geno putting up 8 points. That's tough to overcome. But I'm not going to look past it. I'm going to count my blessings that Mahomes and Kelsey did what I traded for them to do in the game that I wanted them to do it. I hope that means something. Bummer Metcalf sucked, but like I said, Geno sucked too. So I can't feel too upset about that. And I hope my boys, hope my main dudes, Cook and Robinson, show out. I hope Tyreek plays. He's been acting really weird this year. I don't know what's going on down there. But maybe Thielen keeps getting the targets against Tampa, and maybe Reed finds the end zone like he was much earlier in the season. I'm going to give it to me. You can give it to me. Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah, man. Love the confidence. I think you got it. That was it. That's all the fantasy nonsense we have. Let's get into some betting stuff, shall we?
Hell.
All right. It's pre-cup parlay time. We bet big last week, and we did not connect at all. Ugh.
My bad.
Oh, mine too. Mike Evans only got 69 of the 70 I said he would get, so whatever.
It's every week with you. You're 1 yard over.
Oh, man.
It's crazy.
It's brutal. It's just the most brutal thing. Which is why my DraftKings account doesn't like go through the roof, because I'm always like, oh, we go up and then we come down and go up.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's end on a high note.
This one's for the mark. We had $76 left in the bank account. 76. That's a healthy chunk of change. So this week we wanted to be a little aggressive, but also be safe. You know, some of these things we absolutely think are going to go down. All of them, hopefully. I'm going to go with Baker Mayfield throwing over 1.5 touchdowns. Don't even know how you throw a half a touchdown, but I imagine he's going to get 2 of them, which randomly enough on DraftKings pays out more than if you go 2+. So that's at 165, minus 165. Logan, what are you doing, brother?
Hey man, I'm gonna ride Saquon one more week, even though I'm for a while now. I saw his like 110, 120 line just rushing, just hardly negative, and 125 all purpose wasn't all that. I don't remember what was the line
It's
on it?
minus 130.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah.
Against Dallas, Hurts already ruled out. Which you might say, well, maybe he'll get more attention. Saquon's going to get attention. It doesn't matter who's the quarterback. He's gonna do his thing. Saquon. So long as he stays upright and stays in the game because they're not winning by 30, I think he's got it.
Nice. All right, Ant. What are you doing?
Going back to the well, buddy. My good friend Jalen McMillan did not play well against the Panthers last time, but since that game, been on a real heater. They're at home in the rematch. 3.5 catches. Sure. For plus 105, was it?
No, plus 100.
Plus 100, sure. We'll take that.
Yeah.
3.5 catches? No K. Dotton? No Sterling Shepard?
Yeah.
Yeah, he might get that in the first quarter.
Feels super good. I look for him to get a touchdown too, to be honest with you, but that's for another day. If we throw all 3 of those together, it makes it plus 402. $76 is going to pay out $381. Let's go, baby.
Let's
make some money. All right. So that was it. That was the whole show. This whatever this was. That's what we're doing. Championship week. Bring your A game. That's the way we see it. To be fair, I'm on a bye. So there you go.
Happy
Gentlemen,
New Year.
do you have anything to say to these boys before we kick rocks?
Can't wait to pop the champagne, fellas. Let's go.
Anthony's feeling good. Logan, how you feeling? Very much like Eminem.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You only get one shot.
Did he have a beard?
Doesn't
Not
have.
at that point. He doesn't.
Good luck, boys. It's been an awesome season. We'll have another show to recap all the awesome. But
When the dust settles.
That's true. That's true. Tune in soon for the DOC. Yeah, sure. We'll go season recap. We're gonna do a special episode just for fun. So tune in for that. I don't know what's gonna happen sometime soon. But gentlemen, that was it. We're done. Whole season over. Hope you enjoyed the last show. And until next time, Mother Cuppers, stay safe out there. And for those of you that it matters, best of luck this week.
yep.
It's a tragedy for me to see the dream is over, and I never will forget the day we met. Girl, I'm gonna miss you.
I got a little crisscross applesauce in there. That's all.
I was like, where are we going?
I thought I was doing exactly what I needed to do. I thought I was doing a good job, like taking the reins. And then about halfway through it, I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, where you were?"
I'm not even cutting, dude. I'm just like, yeah, we're working through it.
And Anthony tried to put a hand out for him, and he's like, "I see what you're doing. Yeah, you have to put your hand
You're
down."
talking about championships.